Next, we have Ben from Astar. Come on up, Ben. Let's get some excitement. As Ben comes up here, let's take a quick moment. We've been hearing about some very interesting things this morning. Everybody take a moment, stand up, stretch your legs, stand up with me. And we're just gonna take like a big deep breath and like listen to the beautiful sounds around us and get centered as we prepare for this next talk. Let's do like 10 seconds, just quiet breathing, starting now. 10. 5. Man, those birds sound nice, huh? It's really nice to be here with you guys learning about Polkadot ecosystem in this beautiful setting. So I'm going to give the mic to Ben. He's going to tell us all about Astar Network. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, yeah, thanks. Awesome.
At the bottom button.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. Just the first word, I'm very happy, actually, to see this event happen. I've been following the SafariDao team since the event actually idea emerged, and this is just amazing to see you all guys here from everywhere from Africa. Very happy to be here amongst you. So just a few words about me. So yeah, I'm Ben, known as BLD Online. Basically, I'm a DevOps engineer for Astar Network. If you don't know what is DevOps, just think about the guy who manages the infrastructure. But I'm also a developer, and you're actually host to introduce you to Astar Network today. First of all, I'd like to ask a question. Who of you knows about Astar Network? Like, what is Astar Network? Can you raise the hand? All right. So this is perfect fit. I'm going to introduce you Astar Network from the beginning. But no worries, I won't be very long. So our motive is that Astar, we wanted to represent the future of smart contracts for multi-chain especially. I'm going to get to it. So first of all, yeah, Astar is an infrastructure blockchain because we are a smart contract blockchain. Just like Ethereum in the beginning, and now many and many more smart contract blockchains are emerging. What is particular about Astar is that we support both environments. So the EVM that everyone knows on Ethereum, and the WebAssembly one. WebAssembly is the basis of, let's say, of Polkadot right now. It's universal standards that should develop for the web itself, and that is very compatible for many applications. What's particular about Astar here is that we support the communication between those two environments in the same chain. So it means inside Astar Network, you're able to communicate the WASM native, let's say, Polkadot environment with the EVM Ethereum environment, right? Through the function that we call, the module, sorry, that we call the XVM, so the cross-chain VM. The cross VM, sorry. I'm getting confused. Yeah. Why am I here is the Astar Network is not meant to be only accessible to Web3 developers. What we believe in is, as Pavel just said, we have a lot of Web2 developers today, and that's actually a large population that we want to onboard easily on Astar Network. So it's made for both people who know Web3 development, but also developers of Web2 applications or any kind of application, any language they know, thanks to WebAssembly. All right. And so as a parachain of Polkadot, Astar allows you actually to build smart contracts that can communicate with multiple chains. So that's why we call we call it a multi-chain smart contract environment, which means when you build a smart contract, you will be able to interact with all the parachains of the Polkadot ecosystem. All right, so let's dive a bit into that. First, I'll introduce you to the few challenges that we face today and the solutions we want to bring. Oh, sorry, I got an echo here. In Astar Network, a particularity of Astar Network is the Japanese market advantage. Hello, yeah. And finally, we'll conclude. Oh, let's go. I have a bit of a problem to display the slides of the challenge here. Yeah, it seems to be about the screen. We'll be back in a few seconds. Yeah. Is that too powerful presentation? Yeah, exactly. All right. So the problem we noticed and that we actually want to solve at Astar Network, very first one is like concept of multi-chain until now has been to reproduce the same environment, basically Ethereum, and to copy-paste the smart contract on any EVM compatible chain. So name it, Avalanche. Recently there were, oh, I even forgot about the name. I didn't get the airdrop from them. I don't know how many. I think we have dozens, maybe hundreds now of EVM compatible chains, which can all manage, smart contracts. But what is interoperability that we talk about today is just basically copy and paste the smart contract code. So while this could be efficient for a smart contract, actually, for the smart contract itself, the smart contract may be perfect, but the user experience is actually not very good. Oh, yeah, thanks. So yeah, that was just what I was saying. It's bringing, many silos and that degrades the user experience. It means if you have a main project which has its application on Ethereum, and you want to do the same on the BSC, the Binance Smart Chain, you have to switch to the Binance Smart Chain, and they don't communicate together other than bridges, right? So the user experience is not great in this case, right? Second problem is that the EVM, this virtual machine, has many limitations. It has been built many years ago, and actually it's been built very quickly, and we just noticed with time all the flaws and the limitations it has, especially technically. So Ethereum is also losing some support as a primary smart contract development language. I'm thinking especially about Solidity language. Why? Because many new projects like Solana, like Near, like now Polkadot with Astar and different chains have set some new standards, and many people are jumping to these standards. So Ethereum tends to be less and less the reference smart contract. And last problem is developers are paying a very high cost to actually develop their application and make it run. Makes it hard for a team who is developing, a blockchain application, a decentralized application. It makes it hard for them to be sustainable, other than running a token sales and everything you have behind. So, what Astar is bringing as a solution about this. So, in a nutshell, Astar brings some trustless cross-chain support, leveraging the cross-chain messaging system of Polkadot. All right. So it means Astar is able to communicate with all these parachains inside the Polkadot ecosystem, and so is your smart contract. Right. Astar has also this innovative build-to-earn system that we call dApp staking, where any team who has produced a first application, a first proof of concept of application, can apply to dApp staking. And instead of staking to a validator, staking to a liquidity pool, actually in Astar, users are staking on dApps, which means they are supporting their favorite projects built on Astar, right? For stakers, the rewards is always the same, but for developers, the more they stake on their dApp, the more they will earn, which makes it, in the end, sustainable for a small, blockchain team to make a living, basically just with dApp staking rewards. And you can avoid with this, imagine not having to do a token sale to make your project sustainable, but just being popular and get staked on. Yeah. So we have the WebAssembly smart contract support, which is what we consider the future of smart contract, and the interoperability, compatibility between different smart contract environments. So WebAssembly smart contract and EVM smart contract. So this interoperability for multi-chain smart contract uses trustless protocols. It means you can rely on this smart contract codes without having to rely on the human. Well, that's the basic of a smart contract. I guess many of you know about this. And this is powered by Polkadot and its different parachains. The build to earn I had, so I will not be long. That's the dApp staking I just told you about. This is reward system, which is made by developers for developers. Developers are really the public we focus on. I said it, Astar is an infrastructure project, a smart contract project. So we want to bring in as many developers as possible, as many ideas as possible, so that users, in the end, don't even realize they are interacting with Astar Network, actually. And yeah, these developers get basically rewarded and can even make a living on this dApp staking, right? So, next one. Yeah, as I said, we don't just want to have only Web3 developers. We want to onboard all this community of Web2 developers. There are many more people who know, name it JavaScript, Python, than people who know Solidity today. So Solidity is kind of a specialty reserved to some kind of elite. And with WebAssembly, actually, you can build a smart contract in any language that you will compile into WebAssembly and make it work on the chain. So we have a lot more possibilities with a lot more developers potentially building dApps on the top of Astar. So the cross-chain virtual machine, allows developer to seamlessly communicate between EVM smart contracts, because there are a lot of developers also doing smart contracts on the EVM side, and they can also switch in a reasonable manner to something more WebAssembly oriented, and still having their dApp on the EVM side that is already built there, and the two environments communicate seamlessly with the XVM, so the cross virtual machine. A few words about our Japanese advantage. So Astar Network is the most widely supported blockchain in Japan. You probably heard about it. Our CEO, Satoru Watanabe, is actually talking with many government officials. We get a lot of adoption in Japan. One example of a project, the Candy Girl. Ooh, that's my T-shirt. Candy Girl has been designed by the famous artist Yoshitaka Amano. For those of you who are, probably some of you are gamers, he designed a lot of the Final Fantasy, but he did much more than this. He's a very popular artist in Japan, and that brought actually a lot of attention from outside of the blockchain ecosystem, because people wanted their NFT designed by Mr. Amano. That's like they're proud to own this. And yeah, I can say I'm also a proud owner of a Candy Girl. So Astar is the first, Astar has participated, to the first Web3 hackathon and co-sponsored by Toyota with Astar Network. The aim of this hackathon is actually to build Web3 tools to be used inside the Toyota company. And realize Toyota Motors company is like I think the biggest company of car manufacturer company in terms of number of employees. So we aim for mass adoption. We aim for real world adopting Web3 and not just being a circle of people knowing blockchain actually. Yeah, from this hackathon we have over more than 400 participants. I think it's even 500 now. There is a lot of enthusiasm, and actually, I'm not sure about the date if winners have already been selected, but I encourage you to check on it. Astar is also co-sponsoring the Web3 incubation program along with Sony. So we're trying to build some common ground of Web3 development with Sony, who has many projects in blockchain, by the way. So many things from the real world, should many companies, real companies, should actually be using more and more Web3. That's a tendency we see more and more, and especially in Japan. We want to leverage this at Astar. Right, so I guess that's all. The timing is pretty short. I'd be very happy to answer any of your questions. By the way, tomorrow I will be doing a smart contract workshop, so you will be able to experience the WebAssembly smart contract with us. There is even a little prize to get, so if you participate there, I will be happy to show you. Thank you, everyone.
Big round of applause for Ben, Astar Network. Any questions for Ben? Don't be shy. Now's the time. He doesn't really bite. Huh?
I don't.
Malik has a question.
Thank you very much for your presentation. It was super interesting. I was wondering, you showed the NFTs by artists. So if we have projects that have, let's say, some people that have reputation in the real world, would you be interested in sort of hearing about them and how to bring them on chain?
Definitely. I mean, we are I think projects we build on Astar here can witness this. We are very supportive of the project we build in Astar. We also give ways to, do co-marketing with the team so that they get visibility inside the ecosystems and the partners we have. So definitely, yes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Got another question. If anyone else has questions, come on up so we can get you quick, and then we're going to move straight into our next presentation, which is I think our last one before lunch.
My question is in relation to NFT still. I have a friend of mine who is a photographer. Actually, he's my brother. Yeah, he's a photographer and he's been interested in the NFT space. I've been wanting to introduce him to the space, yet he's kind of skeptical and he doesn't know much about it. So I'm wondering, are you guys do you have some kind of program to onboard people, especially if they create projects related to stories, and do you have incentives for them to build on, to launch their projects on Astar and related things? And if you do, is it something I can see you later and talk about with you?
So, is your question specifically about NFT projects, or?
It's more of onboarding on Astar, incentives. And is it something I can talk about with you? How do you support your artists and related things? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, just a bit of context: Astar is not NFTs, especially chain, but definitely NFT is part of the project that build on Astar. So yeah, we have actually a lot of documentation, so you can just go to docs.astar.network. And if you guys have some questions about it, if you guys want to dive into it, well, I'm actually here for the duration of the event, so I'd be happy to help too.
Big thank you to Ben and Astar Network.
Thank
Big
you,
round of
everyone.
applause. Awesome. Thank you, sir. And our